Puppy Essentials: Learning loose leashes with easy peasy obedience. With Nikoya, boxer puppy, 18 weeks old. Loose leash walking is probably one of the most difficult things to teach our dogs, but it does get easier, if we just make sure to build a solid foundation for our dogs while they're still puppies. This video will go over the art of hanging out with your puppy. The purpose is to make the puppy comfortable with having the leash on. This means that for this particular part of your training, it is your job to keep the leash loose, not the dog's. It will be her job later on. Find a peaceful spot for you and your puppy to hang out. Your own garden is perfect for this if you have one you can use. Pop a leash on your puppy and simply follow her around. It is your job to keep the leash loose unless your puppy gets lost in some things you really shouldn't. If that happens, it's important to make the stop as gentle as possible. While you hang around with your puppy, please make sure that the leash doesn't get caught on random objects here and there. Like these nice little cones in my yard, for example. Since I have to make sure that I stay on screen for you guys, you will see me stop Nikoya from time to time. You'll likely have to stop your puppy every now and again too, so I will guide you through this process too. In a moment you will see Nikoya wander off screen, but notice that the stop with the leash is gentle and that I am only holding on with one finger. Then I get down to her level and coax her over, and reward her for coming back. Then we resume hanging out together in another direction. It is a good idea to have some extra length of leash that you can slide through your hands and make the stop as gentle as possible. If you're hanging out in a safe place, it is perfectly fine to use a longer leash. Here I simply unclip mine to gain some extra length. While you're hanging out, your puppy might find something interesting. They're puppies. If this happens, grab a treat and simply coax your puppy away, as you can see here. Give the treat away from the exciting yums and watch your pup carry on. If she goes back to the yums, you need to coax her further away. Do not yank the leash. If you're hanging out in a public place, make sure to check for dangerous objects before putting your puppy on the ground. While hanging with your dog, be aware of your surroundings. Some sounds may worry her, so make sure you're available if needed. Here's a yapping dog. The second time the other dog yaps, Nikoya gets worried. I crouch down to offer her support, which she takes. Your puppy is likely to try and wander off every now and again to places where it's just not practical for her to wander off to. If that happens, it's fine to make a little sound like whoops to get her attention. The goal is to be more interesting than what she wanders off to, so keep it light and take some time coaxing her back. And remember those silky leash skills. Nikoya managed to find something yummy again, and we do have a little chat about it, and I managed to convince her that my treats are simply better than bird poop. By now Nikoya is getting tired, so we call it a day. Make sure not to push your puppy beyond her boundaries, it will do you both good in the end. This was all for today, thank you for watching and happy training. This video was brought to you by Laura Friis and Easy Peasy Obedience, produced in collaboration with 101 Dog Spots.